Welcome, everybody, to the Everything Show, episode 330. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Steampunk Star Raising. What's up, bro?
Hey, this is Steampunk Star Raising of AmberStreet.com.
What's up, Danette?
What's up?
What's up, Gloria?
Hello.
All right, Steampunk, how you been?
Pretty good. I spent the night in a hotel last night, so I'm still
Good.
here at the hotel.
Perfect. All right, so why don't you talk about where people could donate to you and talk about your channel and stuff like that?
Well, I do a video vlog online. It's AmberStreet.com, but it goes to my YouTube. I don't have money for hosting, so it just goes directly to my YouTube. And yeah, you can donate through PayPal at cmferner@gmail.com.
Okay.
There's a link on my website, YouTube. If you go to the About section on the YouTube, there's a link to my Patreon where you could donate as little as 25 cents, and there's a link to my PayPal.
Okay. Awesome. All right. I'm sorry I haven't talked to you in the past couple of days. Things have been crazy here. A lot of work, craziness. But I did get to talk to you yesterday, so I'm glad. You know, I know you got a cold. I hope you feel better, bro.
Yeah, I just got a really bad cold. It's just something that's been going around. And last night it rained. Last night I didn't sleep at all.
Right.
It was raining.
Right.
And so I didn't. I just woke up, man. I checked into the hotel today. I must have slept like 14 hours, but I needed it because I hadn't slept the day before.
You need some sleep, yeah. I'm glad. That's what we need to do. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. So that's about it. I'm just hanging out in the hotel over at Stay on Main. This is I'm up on the 5th floor, so you got a pretty good view of some of the other buildings downtown. I don't know if you guys could see. There's like a
that's cool.
Bright orange building. I don't know what that is. Okay. Looks like another apartment.
Yeah, I saw that from some of these news things that you love to show, and I'm like, well, that's news to me.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying not to get involved in any of that. I know that some people that I talked to on the phone said that they were leaving the show, and I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there for when the drama went down. So
right. Well, it's
all.
Yeah.
I don't even know what really fully happened.
Right. But I mean, you're welcome to do our show anytime. And you're an X-Men fan, so that'd be good.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
let me comic book. But go ahead.
What do you think? Well, what do you think? We talked about the other day. What do you think that Superman can no longer fly, and Batman is like Iron Man? He has like Iron Man armor type of thing where he looks like Chappie. You didn't see that, didn't it?
I have not seen that.
Yes.
What? Superman can no longer fly?
Superman can no longer fly.
In the new Superman versus Batman?
No. In the comics. Let me just show
Why is that? Why did he lose his power of flight? That was like one of Superman's key powers.
DC is looking for a new fan base, a whole new direction. He has jeans now. He don't have a cape. Let me just share more pictures.
That sounds sucky to me.
It is sucky.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I guess they want to
it's like the readership with I actually talked to one of the writers of X-Men. He still writes for the Nightcrawler comics. I did an interview on my channel with Chris Claremont. Have you guys heard of Chris Claremont? Yeah, he's the guy that co-wrote the storyline that became the basis for the movies.
Yes, he did.
So there's a very interesting interview. I did with Chris Claremont. I met him I was press. I got a free press badge and met him at Long Beach Comic Expo, and I did an interview with him. And we were talking about the decline of readership with comics. Like he said that the readership of comic books peaked in the early 60s. In the early 60s, any given issue of one comic book would sell several million copies.
Wow.
If it was a popular, if it was a popular comic, you might have sales of 1 to 2 million. He says today, the most popular comics sell only about 30,000 per issue.
Okay.
And so readership is really down. He says he doesn't get paid that much anymore. Comic book artists, they've cut their pay. Writers have cut their pay. A lot of people who work in comics now actually just do it as a part-time job to supplement another job because they're getting paid so little. Well, yeah, and and we were trying to talk about the possible we didn't fully get into it, but we were talking about possible reasons why comic book readership is down, and I was telling him I thought it was because comic books are $5 a comic now. Like comics are $5 each. People, you know, when I was a kid, I used to get parents' pocket change and go to local 7-Eleven and buy comics on the rack.
Correct.
For 40 cents, and I could buy 2 or 3 issues easily. And now it's like people are getting paid less. So it's partly economic.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's a lethal combination of people are getting paid less, and comics are more expensive.
Right.
And they went to the problem with Marvel and DC is they went to this whole digital format, and they're pushing the digital format, which is fine, but it hasn't increased their sales. And the reason why it hasn't increased their sales is you would think a digital version of the comic should be cheaper, but it's the same price. It's still $5.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason why readership is
down.
That's
what doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It should be cheaper because I know when my books are sold, right? My hardcover could go for like $20 or $24.99 or whatever, right? But or in the paperback, it goes for like $15.99 or $10, whatever, depending on the page count. And when it's sold on as an ebook, it's like either $5 or $3.99. In some cases, $9.99. So it's like way cheaper to people. You know, some cases you can get my books for like $2.99 or $3, and it's way cheaper in the digital format. But they just want to make a profit. That's the whole point. You know.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Is it's gotten to be where in the past it was more about the entertainment and the art, and then if you could support it with profit, fine. And now it seems like it's all about just the profit.
Well, let me just show you. Let me just quickly show you this picture, okay? And no, this is not the new version of Chappie, which failed at the box office. This is actually Batman. This is Batman, okay?
That looks crazy.
And
no.
This is actually Commissioner Gordon as Batman because Batman died with the Joker fighting in a cave, supposedly, which he'll come back a couple months later. But this is actually them turning Batman into Iron Man. And this is Superman with jeans on and no cape, that he has no powers to fly.
Yeah, I don't like
absurd.
It. I don't like it. I don't like it. I know that they're. I know they're trying to turn readership around, but it's like, man, if you're going to do digital, make the digital comics cheaper.
Right, and this is
you're not going to increase readership.
Superman and Wonder Woman were boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know about now. They've been doing crazy stuff with Superman, where he had a new power, where he could use all his powers into one shot, like the Human Torch would have the Nova blast, and then he would be exhausted. Well, they're taking that from the Fantastic Four, and they're turning it with Superman, where he could do the same thing, but then he's weak, meaning he's human for 24 hours. And that's stupid. People don't care about that. And now they're taking away that he has no powers of flight. That's terrible, too. And that, to me, that's not... Nobody... It's almost... It's just dumb.
Yeah.
I agree. They're going to destroy what little readership they have left. They're not going to increase it. There's like I had already. I don't need to be redundant, but I mean, there's strong economic factors. The reason why readership is down, and they're not making it any easier on existing fans. They're going to destroy their existing fan base.
Right.
And
well, I'm not really a DC guy. I'm a Marvel guy. But let me talk about X-Men Apocalypse to you guys. James McAvoy, and I'm going to screen share this with you. He's going bald for his role as Professor X in X-Men Apocalypse. if I could screen share this with you. He's actually bald. He shaved his head. And they're filming right now X-Men Apocalypse. And it's supposed to be released May 2016.
Okay, well, it sounds exciting. Who's directing, producing it?
Bryan Singer, I believe.
Okay, well, as long as they got Bryan Singer on board, he does a good job. I mean, when they brought Bryan Singer back for X-Men First Class.
Right. We lost him, I think.
Uh-oh, we lost him.
Yeah, there's James McAvoy as Professor X getting his head shaved. So, and they're doing his sideburns, I guess, too, with the little shaving cream on his ears. But yeah. So that's pretty cool. All right. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to X-Men next year. Also, Hugh Jackman again. It was back and forth, back and forth. He was going to be Wolverine. He wasn't going to be Wolverine. He's going to be Wolverine again. I guess he decided to make a decision now finally because each time he has to train for these roles, it's harder because he's older. He's been Wolverine for like 17 years, I guess. So, right, I believe. Yeah, so he's basically at a point where he said that Wolverine 3 will be his final appearance as Wolverine. No. His final X.
Sorry, guys, I had connectivity.
Yeah, I was just saying that Hugh Jackman is hanging up the claws after Wolverine 3.
I'm not surprised. I heard that he was tired of doing Wolverine. He's kind of already typecasted as Wolverine. It's going to be hard for him to move on to any new role because he's done Wolverine so much.
Because even in Night at the Museum 3, he made reference like he's Wolverine. So it's like, you know, I know he wants to do other roles where people just, not that they forget he's Wolverine, but he is a singer, like he sings, he just plays, and he needs to like go back to doing that and get some diversity, you know.
Well, I think sadly he's not going to be able to move past the Wolverine role. I mean, he could quit doing Wolverine, but he's done Wolverine so many times, it's going to be hard for anybody to see him do anything else.
I love him as Wolverine, but I also like him as Leopold and Kate and Leopold.
That was a good movie too.
I love that movie, and I also liked him in that one about the robot fighting.
Real Steel.
Yeah.
That was good.
So now we have some TV shows that were renewed and TV shows that were canceled. Danette, are you a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Carter?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they've been renewed. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be going for season 3, and Agent Carter has another 8-episode miniseries.
Cool.
Now, the S.H.I.E.L.D. spinoff with Mockingbird and whatever, that's been scrapped.
Oh, it has?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they're not going to go ahead with that one. And unfortunately, on to other news. Well, actually, no. Daredevil news. What's that woman's name? Dawson?
Rosario Dawson?
Rosario Dawson has been signed for Daredevil Season 2. She's been signed for Jessica Jones. She's been signed for Iron Fist. And she's been signed for Luke Cage. She's going to be in all the Marvel Netflix shows.
Ooh.
All of them.
Cool.
She got a nice payday for that. So they're going to, eventually all the shows are going to cross over into each other and become the Defenders. So she's going to be the link that brings them all together, I believe, and that's great news. Also, we have news that Constantine has been canceled. I know my son Joe is going to be very upset when I tell him in a little while because he loves Constantine. Sleepy Hollow has been picked up. We also have news that, let me see here, Fox is picking up the Frankenstein Code. I guess they, Dracula came back, so now Frankenstein's coming back. We also have Fox doing Minority Report, which used to be with Tom Cruise, and they're bringing in Lucifer, which is I don't know if it's related to the BBC one show, but Yeah, and there's also news that Bones has been renewed. I don't know if anybody watches that. I'm sure it's on its 11th season.
I do sometimes.
Yeah. Now, Tales of the Dark Side.
I've watched the show before. I was like, wow, it's still going on.
It turns out that the CW have passed on having the Tales of the Dark Side reboot, but there's other people that may pick it up. Sci-Fi, MTV, VH1, and Hulu are expressing interest in doing Tales of the Dark Side reboot. We still don't know who's going to be carrying. Yeah.
I have to comment about that.
Yes. Yeah.
I've met George Romero. I talked to him in 2006. He's a very nice guy. But yeah, if they bring back George Romero, I'd be for it. But if they do it without George Romero, it just seemed like a sequel only in name.
Right.
I have some news on. It's a little bit of old news, but Nina Dobrev is leaving the Vampire Diaries. This season is her last, the one that they're airing now.
Okay.
Be heartbreaking. Also, I'm going to throw in the new news about updated news about the Shadowhunters, the Mortal Instruments TV show. They have now cast two new characters or new cast members. This guy, his name is Matthew. Matthew Daddario is going to play Alec Lightwood. This looks like most likely on the actual show because he has blue eyes on the character of Alec has blue eyes, and so they'll most likely make his eyes blue for the role. Right. And then the one who they cast as Luke Garraway is surprising, a black guy, Isaiah Mustaf. He's the guy from the Old Spice commercials, if everybody recognizes. Right. Yeah. And so yeah, it's quite exciting. I'm all looking forward to it. I was kind of shocked with the casting of Luke because he's a white, or basically, white kind of character in the thing. But I actually like this one. I mean, I'm not so against Luke being a different race, character or person of color, because his character's more, he's a lesser character compared to like the ones they cast for Isabel and Simon. Those characters were closer to being main characters, so those were kind of a shocking.
Right.
But I don't think it matters as long as it's a good actor.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I don't think it matters as long as it's a good actor, because like you look at the original version of Nick Fury for Marvel was a white guy, but
David
Hasselhoff
Hasselhoff
really yeah.
What in the world?
David Hasselhoff was
I think
I have it taped. It was an actual special on NBC. Was it NBC or ABC? And he was Nick Fury, David Hasselhoff, and I was like shaking my head like, damn. Thank God for like Samuel L. Jackson.
With me, I guess it's just mostly because
he really almost became Nick Fury. I didn't know that.
No, he was Nick Fury. No, he was Nick Fury. He was. You could watch it on YouTube. In the 80s.
What show?
Nick Fury. What show in the 80s? It was a TV movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, I'm not even joking about it.
Yeah.
Dude.
No, I believe you. I just.
You saw it.
Yeah. He was.
Oh my goodness, that is
ridiculous. What did he do? Like he smoked cigars and he kind of tried to act like the A-Team guy, Hannibal, and like he's like, I'm Nick Fury. Like all right, that's nice.
But I actually like this guy Isaiah playing Loki. I think he'll be okay. Because I've seen his commercials for the Old Spice, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, look at you, Gloria.
And Luke is described to be so lovable, and he's a werewolf, and he's like the father figure to Clary because he's in love with her mother, and
right.
I think he'll do good. And he's also, they're changing it. They're making him like an FBI agent on the when in the book he sells books at a bookstore.
Okay.
And of course he's also a werewolf by night, but I guess they're going to do it on the new show. They're going to make him a FBI agent, and then during the night, a werewolf. So.
Now, Jamie Foxx made a great Electro, I thought. You know, he was fantastic if you saw Amazing Spider-Man 2. All right, so what else? Oh, we still don't know who picked up the Friday the 13th TV series, but Scream is coming on MTV soon, I believe. They even had a trailer on that. We also have news, which I was going to do a horror cast, but I think maybe we should do it on here. Let me just get the article. Gloria, you could finish talking about.
Oh, that's all. It's just that I was kind of a little surprised that they casted those two at the same time, like Luke and Alec, because I was actually expecting kind of like just like the Simon and Isabel, they casted them on the same day. Since they end up together in the story, or they, have feelings for each other, I thought that means that they would actually cast Alec with Magnus, who he, has romantic involvement with in the story. But instead, they casted him with Luke. I guess now they'll cast probably her mother, the Jocelyn character, with maybe her ex, Clary's father, Valentine,
Right.
Or maybe Valentine, and then after Jocelyn and Valentine, then they may cast Raphael, which is a vampire, the same time as they cast Magnus, who's a warlock, since they're Delmworld.
Right.
So, and then of course I think they have two more characters after that. So now they've got like six more characters they have to cast. They have to cast Jocelyn, Valentine, Raphael, Magnus, and Hodge. So yeah.
Right. I also heard that these movie companies were pondering doing remakes of Life Force, which I don't know if you guys saw Life Force back. It was basically a story about, it was a sci-fi about astronauts come across a spaceship and they find three pods, this female and these two males, and they were like space vampires.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that. I've only seen it like once.
That was great.
What was it called?
It had a pre-Star Trek appearance of Patrick Stewart.
Yes. And also, everybody said they don't know why it didn't get a sequel. That was like one of those movies that definitely needed a sequel, and they didn't do it, and people were just like hungering for that for like decades. Well, finally, that's going to get a reboot. And they're also bringing back a few other horror movies, but I don't have the article on it. I must have lost it from where it was coming from. But that's it. And also, unfortunately, Three Stooges is getting a sequel. Don't know why.
I never saw the reboot, so yeah.
I like the original.
The TV show I love. That was like my childhood growing up, watching it every morning.
Danette, you got anything you want to talk about?
Not on this show, but.
Do you like Bates Motel?
Yeah.
Oh God, how great is
I haven't
that?
watched it yet. I haven't watched it this season. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
But you watched
I
it
need
last
to catch
season.
up. Yeah.
Oh, you need to catch up. Oh.
I need to catch up.
We still don't have confirmation that it's been renewed, which we got one more episode left. I'm getting nervous because they got to renew Bates Motel. I'm getting really upset. I hope they do. Did you see the debut of Penny Dreadful season 2?
I haven't got to see it yet either.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is.
Hey, look, Penny Dreadful looks good. I haven't seen any of Penny Dreadful. It looks really good.
Did you see last season?
It has.
Danette?
Yeah.
Did not.
Danette, did you see last season of Penny Dreadful? Oh, we lost her. Damn.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Billy Piper.
I haven't seen it.
Rose
I would
Tyler
love to see
is
it.
in Penny Dreadful.
Yeah.
Well, it has my favorite actress, Eva Green.
Yeah,
she's so
Eva
hot.
Green. Oh, look at the puppy.
It's Dusty.
Look at the dog. Wait, let's see.
I fell in love with
Oh my
Eva
God,
Green
what a beautiful dog.
Oh.
Oh,
I fell in love with
is
Eva
that today?
Green.
What kind of dog is that?
Oh, wow. Puppies.
What kind of dog is that, Danette?
He's a Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
What a beautiful dog.
That's Mom's dog.
What a beautiful dog.
Cute.
Very nice. Go ahead, Steampunk. What were you saying?
I fell in love with her from the movie Dreamers, and then I've been interested in everything she's done since then.
Eva Green?
But
Yeah.
that was a movie she did. Yeah, that was her first big breakout role, was Dreamers, and that was in 2003, I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in Sin City 2. I think I got to watch Sin City 2. I haven't seen her in, was it 300, the sequel or something?
I saw her in 300, the sequel, and that was actually the only reason why I went to go see it, was because she was in it. But
Right.
she was good. She was good in the sequel, but the story was badly written, so it didn't matter if you had a good actress.
And we got Timothy Dalton in Penny Dreadful, which is fantastic. You know, and he did a great Rassilon, and he former James Bond. So.
What is Penny Dreadful about? 'Cause I haven't even seen one episode of it. I've
Oh
only
my
seen,
God!
like, a trailer,
You gotta
and
see it.
I never got.
I don't want to give
I
it
never
away,
got an
but
idea.
it basically brings in all the classic monsters at some point.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
and it's like there's a lot of mysteries, like what's this person going to be? What's this person going to be? How are they going to tie it together? So it really, dude, you got to check it out. Penny Dreadful is great. You saw last season, right, Danette?
Yeah.
Oh, you saw the whole entire season last season, right?
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to, well, I'm not going to say what happened in this episode, but Billie Piper all the way. That's all I'm going to say. She's going to be fantastic this year. So, and we have a new villain this year, too. So, check out Penny Dreadful. I still have to get caught up with Game of Thrones. Shame on me.
I'm a couple seasons or episodes behind.
I'm actually 3 episodes behind or 2 episodes behind. I might be 2 episodes
Same
behind.
with me. I'm a little behind.
Yeah. All right, so I'm looking for Monday is the finale to Bates Motel. I also started watching The Returned with Sharon. That's some freaky thing. That's interesting. You guys know what that's about?
I haven't
There's
got to see.
this small town where it starts off with this accident where all these kids are on a bus and they fall off the cliff, and then like 4 years later, the girl that died in the bus, she comes out of the cliff, and it's like 4 years later, and then at the same time, all these people are coming back to life, like they don't know that time has passed, and they're just popping up 4 years later, the same age.
It reminds me of Resurrected, which
Yes.
is another
That
show.
was from ABC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really, I taped all of them, and the reason I actually taped them on a Freak because I taped it because for sometimes when you're taping something on a DVR, the minutes go past the time it records. So The Returned is always after Bates Motel. So there was times where seconds passed into The Returned where Bates Motel continued. So I just taped it just in case. And lo and behold, it was just because it was after Bates Motel. Otherwise, I would never have watched that show. And I love it, actually. Me and Sharon are going to watch it. Today, we got them all taped. Well, actually, not today. Today, I'm cooking. No, I got to start cooking and get ready for this thing. I watch it tonight. Yeah. So, all right. Anything else, guys? Danette?
Nope.
Nothing? Any favorite shows you're looking forward to?
Well, I'm pretty sad they are canceling the show forever. I don't know if
Yes.
anybody's seen it. It's getting canceled.
Yes.
I'm
was
not
actually
familiar with
pretty
that show.
upset.
What is that?
I was actually pretty upset that they cut my cousin's part in it. Tommy Tuminello, he's an actor, so they cut his. He was in it, and I'm like, I wanted to see him in that.
What's that show about?
Yeah. It's about. Isn't it about? Why don't you explain it to them?
It's about this doctor named Henry Morgan, and he's from time. His father back then owned a slave ship, and he was trying to protect the slaves on the ship, and he got shot. But then somehow he came back, and he's immortal, and he can't die. And
Right.
Every time he does die, he comes back in the water, and he's lived for like 200 years, and he's finally trying to figure out why he can't die. But
Right.
he works with the NYPD or the FBI. He's like a medical examiner now in present time.
Oh, sounds interesting.
So in other words, like, say he gets shot and he dies, right? Does his body disappear and he reappears in the water, or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
also his body completely disappears?
Yeah. And then he comes back in like I think the Hudson.
Wow.
Because he lives in New York.
Like that's where he died in the Hudson?
Cool.
Did he die?
No, I don't think he did.
He died on the ship, right?
He could be a
A what?
He was on the slave ship when he died. He got shot, and they threw him. I guess they threw him overboard, and then he came back.
Started it. Oh.
So that's interesting. Okay.
Huh.
He could be an anomaly or some weird thing happened.
Well, he could be a temporal singularity.
But he's not the only one.
Oh.
There's somebody else.
Well, there could always be multiple.
Did somebody else from his time period?
I don't know if it was from his time period, but this person knew who he was.
I knew.
Let's see. Uh-oh.
Stop being fooled anymore.
Well, see that adds the whole temporal singularity then, because it's a temporal connection if the person knew who he was.
Oh wow. That's
I don't
cool.
know. It could be. I
gotta check that out. I gotta watch it, even though it's canceled. I mean, maybe some other show. Maybe they'll pick it up somewhere else.
I hope so.
It kind of reminds me of how I felt bad about when Me and Mrs. Robinson was dropped from BBC. I loved that show. It only was 6 episodes and it got canceled. And it ended in a way that you were upset because it looked like she was trying to choose out a guy named Tom and a Billy. Right. And it makes it to me it seemed like she was the name of the show, Me and Mrs. Robinson. It's like the song, they even played the song, Me and Mrs. Robinson, during a scene where Billy was going upstairs to her room. And so obviously it means Billy, and she even said she was in love with Billy, and then she was actually just dating Tom. So she had to decide out of the two, and it ended with her making the choice in her car, like to either turn right, where her mind was telling her to go, or to turn left, where her heart was telling her to go, to Billy.
Well, that's like Doctor Who episode, Turn Left.
Yeah. And Billy was younger. He's like her son's best friend, but she doesn't have it. She's like married. She's like divorced and stuff. So she had to choose out of 2. And I think it ended with her choosing, but you couldn't see which way she turned. But it seemed like she pulled the shift down. And if she did, that means she went left.
Right.
And also the way she said head or heart. She definitely chose heart, but. And that was it. No more seasons after that. So I was like, oh!
That sucks. All right, so we're going to get going now. Again, Steampunk, what's your site? Like, where they can donate?
Oh, it's amberstreet.com. You can go to the About section on the YouTube page, donate to Patreon, or donate to cmferner@gmail.com on PayPal. And
your YouTube is Steampunk Star Raisin.
Steampunk Star Raisin, but if you type in amberstreet.com, I don't have hosting right now, so if you just type in the domain, it goes directly to the YouTube.
Excellent. All right, guys, thank you very much. And again, we probably do another Real Whovians so we can get Danette's reaction. Osgood's back. All right. Take care. Bye for now.